Hello everyone, my name is Ilham Septian. I am from English Literature Department. I'm currently majoring in linguistic branch. Uh, this is video for literary appreciation midterm exam. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So I'm here to analyze a book of poetry entitled Homebody Be Rupikau, which is consists with multiply poem. But I'm not gonna analyze the whole book, but only just one particular poem in it. First of all, we need to know the background of this book, what the story and what it's all about. Our work is famously launched with the delicate simplicity that gives the reader space to touch upon sensitive topic with as much or as little emphasis as they desire. Rupi Kaur constantly embraces Crow, and in Homebody she walks reader through a reflective and intimate journey visiting the past, the present, and the potential of the self. Homebody is collection of raw, honest conversation with oneself, reminding reader to fill up on love, acceptance, community, family, and embrace change. Illustrated by the author, theme and nature and nurture, light and dark, rest here. Okay, that's the book all about, so let's move on. I'm here going to analyze the narrative element, which consists of theme, mood, tone, allusion, figurative language, and yada yada, and also analyze the issue in that the lecturer has given the material to us. So first of all, let's read the poem. I'm sorry if I'm going to read without rhyme of thought. The title is Things I Wish I Could Tell the Younger Me. Masturbation is meditation in a world that doesn't consider my body to be mine. Self-pleasure is an act of self-preservation. When I'm feeling disconnected, I connect with my center. Thus be touched, I drop back to myself at the organs. I'm not going to pretend to be less intelligent than I am, so a man can feel more comfortable around me. The one that I deserve will see my greatness, want to lift it higher. I want you to whip away everything you know about love, and start with one word, kindness. Give it to them, let them give it to you. Be two pillars, and equal in your life, in your love, and you will carry empire on your backs. I wrap my holy legs around his heavy head and let his tongue swim towards salvation. First thing I noticed from this poem, the author is free verse poem, which means it has no rhyme. In fact, most of the poem from this Homebody Be Rupikau are using free verse, as the author wants to share her raw emotion without exaggerated element. So the first thing we analyze is narrative element, and the first subject is theme. The theme is self-pleasure, heal your sexual trauma, accept your body, and so you can feel comfortable around people, around someone you love. So you basically, you learn back to love somebody. You learn back from the start how to love someone. Or you can sonnet the theme to self-pleasure. If you don't know, the author is victim of rape and sexual harassment in her childhood. Make her silent about the crime even when she got hurt by someone else. She's scared of a relationship and doesn't accept her body. In this poem, tell how she doing self-pleasure to heal that trauma, so he can stop being silent about her pain and also accept her body because it doesn't belong to anyone. So he can feel comfortable around someone she loves. Yeah. So he can make a relationship without any trouble when it comes to sexual relationship. So next is plot. The poem doesn't have plot, but instead you have the page. All that dramatic white space, the end of lines and stanza break to organize and with suspense. The stanza and lines build up the story and suspense. There's no plot in it. It just build up the story and progress, the past. Next, point of view. The author using the first person. The poem using first person view as the author vision. Like example in the poem. When I'm feeling disconnected, I connect with my center. Touch by touch. Indicate that this is her story, telling her personal story. And next is setting, time. It could be any time because the poem doesn't explain when he doing the self pleasure, or it could be night or day time. Next is place. It could be place or place that related with sex or pleasure activity. The environment is normal. I don't know. And next is tone. I assume is using formal language, using such a word we are using straightforward word without using any slang or format. It can be indicated that this poem using formal language. Word and poet craft a speaker who goes back and forth between hating, loving, and wanting to control her body. The poet attitude or tone can be summed up as passionate or devoted to his subject. No matter where he sends his speaker emotionally, he is invested in dealing with the situation emotionally. The writer handling of the subject, meaning that the depiction of it should tell her the reader something about it. And next, mood, romantic and also depression. If you know the background, the poem shows how the author romanticizing her body, but also depressing if you know the background of the story, because the author tried to cope her trauma by doing self-pleasure so he can upset her body and someone he loves. Allusion. I connect with my center. Uh, the word center is mean emotionally connected or balanced state where you feel more awareness and connection to your emotional or mental state. Mr. Mental or emotional, And the next, you will carry empire on your backs. The word empire refers to the kindness of love from the previous line in this poem. The two pillar refers to beauty and strength. For the free reason, the two pillars are the representation of strength and beauty, but they also support the canopy of heaven under the sky of harmonious blue lodge. And next is figurative language. First line is, and let's this tongue swim towards salvation. This figurative language is personification, which means non-living or object thing are given human trait or doing something like human. Which in this line means tongue can swim like human, refer that tongue can move, leak or stroke freely like swimmer at sea, which this tongue swim to her pussy. So, and the next line is, you will carry empire on your back. This is hyperbole figurative language. This means carry empire is exaggerated expression because you can do that, but instead it just turned to show how great her kindness. This kindness refer to the next line that refer to empire, which means you will carry my kindness, you will accept my kindness to your back, to yourself. So I open to you. I accept. Uh, what I open to you. There's uh, and the last of figure language is, and the next is a issue and this poem. Uh, Agony vs cut versus catharsis. First, we need to know what agony and catharsis. Agony is like pain you have been keep in your body, in your heart. So you need to find the solution. The solution is catharsis. In this issue or case, Rupikau, the author, have trying to release his pain from her heart be doing be find the solution to release the pain. The pain itself is the agony and the catharsis is the solution. So let's we talk about the background of the author so we can analyze deeper about the issue in this poem. Okay, for Rupikau, abuse and oppression were part of her childhood. She was raped by her uncle and silenced by men around her. As a child, Kau saw that women were expected to be silent and subservient. For Rupikau, abuse from men was also part of her life. This case reflects the theory of agony and catharsis. With this poem, she finds the solution to cope her trauma or to deal her trauma with her agony or pain by doing self-pleasure as her solution, catharsis, so he can accept her body and people who eventually she loves. Because masturbation can be effective in helping individual rediscover what is sexually pleasing and develop confidence. It's poem author trying to cope her pain that could keep her since childhood. If you read the first stanza of this poem, masturbation is meditation. It's kinda controversial statement because a lot of people argue that it's wrong because doing so is a sin. But some authors disagree because people doctrine is as distraction activity, but self-pleasure is not always wrong since the people who doing it trying to find pleasure to cope with sexual overwhelm or hit you know, too horny. Better to take it as a gray or you can the middle net. You can take it as neutral, or you can say it is good for release heat or trauma or find pleasure, but it could be bad if you could dive into addiction and destructive. For my opinion, it's great if you can doing it if you feel like your sexual sexual your emotional sexual like overwhelm. You can contain that. You can do it masturbation because if you do not, you can doing something bad to other people. Let's start especially with the young because they are early people who enjoy the feel of masturbation when eventually become abusive if they can control it. In this case, the author said that masturbation is not wrong because it's activity to heal, which means catharsis, because it's the solution to release your pain. Because masturbation can be effective in helping individual rediscover what is sexual pleasing and develop confidence. So for conclusion for this poem and analyze, wielding yourself of traumas like violence, rape, and depression are challenging and life-changing. Rupi reminds us that no one can bring you out of the depth of despair except yourself. This is what she suggests is in her metaphor, especially in her concept of the good God self. She reminds us to embrace our best self and to embrace the bad part too. For both part make us what we are today, accepting all part of you, no matter how ugly they are in the term of in the, how ugly they are is a triumph, not a failure. According to Rupi, this is the key to happiness and closure. This is why this latest book of poetry from Rupi is a nice closure to her trilogy of poetry books, and why I highly recommend to read it. I encourage Cow to continue sharing their story like Rupi Cow has done, so that the younger Cow may find the representation that we deserve. That's all from me. This is my analysis of poem by Rupi Kaur. Thanks for your attention. Bye.